Hello, everybody. My name is Jeremiah Bork, and this is a little video to basically explain where I vanished to for about, 10 years, and where this channel is going from here, more or less. And I am very, very new to using this webcam. Actually, I just set it up, so there's not a whole lot to it. Um, so I don't have much for bells and whistles with this. And so just to briefly explain, um, I thought about doing things like this 10 years ago, and I had made like very basic sorts of videos involved in Japanese and education and English as a second language also. But I worked for a decade plus as a freelance Japanese to English translator, which is where my best skills lie, I suppose you could say. And basically, I couldn't talk about anything. I really couldn't talk about anything having to do with it because, one, I was a freelancer. I basically didn't have any insider information that I could share. And even if I did, I could not share it because it was inside information. And I basically didn't have any anyway. And to the extent that I could speak about what I was working on, I really shouldn't. So that was my situation then. It's not my situation now. Though if there are, what I've done is not private. It's public out there, public source. People can see what I've done. But this channel really isn't about that. And what this is going to be is about two things basically. And that's one is gaming and the other is language. And this is because that's where things intersect for me. For me, video games were not just a way for me to enjoy things, but they were a means for me to learn Japanese, to try and master Japanese, and also a goal of learning Japanese. So, to a large extent, there was a lot of effort that went into understanding all sorts of craziness in the Japanese language. Humor, puns, all sorts of sayings, all sorts of endless amounts of variation with speaking styles. Well, I shouldn't say endless variation, but very extensive changes. And that's why I've taken what I've learned from that and I've applied it to a sort of translation philosophy, if you will. And the philosophy, to be really brief, is very simply um, take the original, respect it, and honor it, and you're bringing it across the language barrier with the absolute minimum amount of damage possible to try and just make sure that people can enjoy it, but you're not actually changing it unless there's something very narrow and you absolutely have to. And that's basically what I counsel people. You're not there to change anything that isn't yours. Uh, these are creative works. They are copyrighted. They belong to somebody else. Somebody else went through all the really hard trouble of making these things out of scratch, from scratch. And they're great people. And I really wish I was in more contact with those sorts. But I've started using Twitter in Japanese. Lord help me. Uh, I've been stuck in translation for a long time. I haven't been able in the sort of Eastern Canada nook and corner that I'm in speak to a lot of Japanese people. So my reading experience is sky high, and my speaking experience and my writing in Japanese experience with word processors is considerably low. And that's just a reality, and that's nothing that I can change without, actually using the stuff and reaching out to more people. And that's fine. Um, Going forward, the circumstances here, behind me there is uh, a fan in the window, and I can't have air conditioning wired up in the unit that I've been in for the last also 10 plus years. And that means that during summer, mileage varies for how much I can actually use a webcam because I do not have a sexy chest and nobody is going to see it. And that's how it is. So I'm definitely going to put out plenty of videos and use my voice a lot, but I'm not necessarily going to show my face every time I do it, and that's just the circumstances that I have here. Um, Beyond that, I just wanted to say as a general thing, uh, I do have opinions, and I am wise enough not to push them out onto the internet for everything. I have learned half a lifetime ago that internet drama is best left on the internet. It is best not indulged in. I have my opinions on things. I do not like to criticize people. I do not like to confront people because translation, for instance, is a hard enough job as it is, and people don't need me ragging on them. So that's why I don't want to get into individual criticisms, but in terms of telling people, yes, I have heard the voices of people saying, don't change our Japanese games. You know what? People in Japan are actually talking about that more and more now, too. That's sort of why I got dragged into doing a little bit of Twitter in Japanese. So, I'm going to have to link to that Twitter in the channel and things like that. But yeah, from here on, you'll see me doing a lot of stuff relating to gaming. Some of it will be Japanese, and uh, a lot probably won't because I've done lots of English gaming for a long while now. And besides, there are things that translations industry-wide have improved. And there's no real reason for me not to take advantage of the much lighter economic load to enjoy something, especially if I can get Japanese voices with English text, for example. That's a very good example. I can enjoy the Japanese voices. I can appreciate what people are saying. I'm not comparing to the English to put down the English. But in cases where things were very good, very competent, very, uh, serviceable, I can really enjoy a video game like that. So you'll see me doing some stuff like that, and I will say that my actual PC is not the best in the world, but you have to start somewhere. And I have a half decent video card that was a hand me down from a friend who upgraded to something better, and I am immeasurably grateful for that, and that will power a lot of what I can do with this. But I won't be streaming the latest greatest stuff as easily as other things. And just to say, for my general gaming interest, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but RPGs, strategy, some shooters. I have done a fair bit of Borderlands, for instance. Um, but I'm not a COD player. I'm not that sort of guy. Uh, I'd say that my skills are, half and half type thing. I'm a casual gamer, and I would never present myself as some sort of professional. I am not somebody who is going to get 100% in these games. I haven't had the time, and that's fine. And so criticism is welcome. I don't mind. I'm putting myself out there in order to extend my voice and to reach out to people. And all I will conclude with is saying that nobody knows me yet. I intend to earn your respect. I hope to be respected back in turn. But I don't expect it as some sort of tithe. It's not tribute. I will try and earn that respect by being respectful to you, respectful to everybody who comes into and out of my channel, everybody who watches, everybody who listens, everybody, everyone. That's how I am, and that's how I want to be, and that's how I want my public profile to be. I will feel, safer saying some stuff in private than I would in public, and why should not? But I want things to be about, uh, if you will, the product, if you will, some things that I used to do were involved with people learning things. And I think that, we'll take my streaming here for a second. Uh, I just don't think I'm too old to learn. I don't think anybody is too old to learn. The day that I would say I'm too old to learn is the day that I stop learning, and that would be a sad thing. And that's just not the attitude that I want to go with. I will go to war with my attitude of let's learn things, let's do things, let's be who we want to be as much as possible. Uh, so I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be a drag on people. I'll do that on my own time. When I'm out here putting my face out for, and this is the first time I've done a webcam thing. Period. I want to just connect with people in a positive way. And we'll see how that goes. And thank you for your time and understanding that, I spent 10 years that I really couldn't talk about anything I was doing much because everybody would come in, people could come in and just randomly ask things, and I just had to say like 100 times in a row, no, I can't talk about that. Like, that's no fun for anybody. It's no fun for me. So going forward, that'll be different. And we'll keep it chill. We'll get things going. Thank you for your time and listening, and see you around.